You're still watching Ways. Now, March 3rd is I Want You to Be Happy Day. A day set aside that sets aside rather selfish thoughts and to make someone feel very special and happy. Making someone happy is really easy. Like the way I'm going to go and get fuel for these two people here. The anonymous creators of the unofficial holiday wanted to encourage people to do things that cheer up people around them. Genuine happiness takes effort. While we are not individually responsible for others' happiness, we do play a role in spreading joy and good cheer. So one way to do this, that is to see happiness from another person's perspective. So happiness also doesn't fit into a mold. So you can just do something really nice for someone today if you haven't done so already. Ours is going to be at 12 midnight. We have a strategy to fill our tanks.
Why are you exposing us?
I want to tell people that I'm making you happy tonight now. Kilo day. See, let me tell you
But I
something.
made you happy on Monday.
Yes, my love, you did. Let me tell you something. Have you not seen my new pickup line? Don't toast me anyhow anymore. My toasting is a babe. I want to fill your tank. Oh, baby. Where's the location? That's the new pickup line. Anybody that loves you right now.
You know, it doesn't really take much to make one happy, actually. If you're a happy person, it's not looking for happiness outside. It's supposed to be within you as a person.
No, so today focuses on the other people other than yourself. So instead of saying,
it's easier to make a person who is already happy, or just do something that excites them, than someone who does not have happiness in them. So you will try.
That's where I'm coming from.
Even if you give them 1 liter of water,
it makes no difference.
No,
they come back.
Oliver
Twist. They will come back for more, and it makes no difference.
it's a void that can't be filled. It's just deep there.
Yeah.
well, then honestly, what you said, you need to be very deliberate about choosing to be happy, regardless of the situation. Because if you want to find a reason to be unhappy, trust me, Nigeria, we give you 1,000,001.
And that is why
Your story.
my story is
ahead.
a feel-good story, happy story. I know that they might bring violence, but 2022 are for peace. So I'm going entertainment. I don't have energy. This is good news for Fireboy DML. He sung Peru. I know most of us know the song. Even if you don't know who sang it, Peru Para.
Peru,
It's the most streamed song in Nigeria on Spotify. This was made known as they commemorate their first year in Nigeria, which is Spotify in Nigeria, really. So they revealed that the most streamed song in Nigeria is Fireboy DML's Peru, followed by Mona Lisa. I know you know Mona Lisa.
Mona Lisa.
Mona Lisa by Loje and Saz, and then Feeling by Buju.
Oh.
Yeah, those songs are really popular, and then of course with Ladipo in it. Mona Lisa Understand was the fourth most streamed track. High by Adekunle Gold, closing off the top 5 local songs. I like that song as well. In fact, all the top 5 songs are just amazing. So yeah, kudos to them, congratulations to them. Nigerian artists are dominating the local music scene, and with Wizkid, Burna Boy, Davido, Buju, now Benson. He said he wants to be called Benson, and of course Olamide topping the top 5 artists. So congratulations to them. CK remains the top exported local artist. CK story is an interesting
Which one
story.
is CK again?
Love 120. Oh my God. But anyway, congratulations.
What does this
to
mean
them.
to us, though?
Oh, CK. CK is a Nigerian artist.
No, I'm saying, what does this mean to us?
It means that so this is Spotify launching in Nigeria, right? And they are able to mop up this level of data and streaming, and also able to give. I think they mentioned how much they've done.
Yeah.
Okay, music fans have created 1.3 million user-generated playlists just in 1 year. That should tell you how vibrant that space is, and how much young people pay attention to this creative tools. So like you like to relate it, which I'm definitely sure, as to how we can also use it to better the country and also preach the right things, because you saw the song that we were sharing, the one that what was
I didn't
Ali
yes,
Ali
something.
or something. Oh gosh.
You know, so yeah, these people are still in the same part of entertainment and creativity, and they're doing this number. So there is a market.
But that song, shouldn't they ban that song from playing?
It's in the social media.
Well, please don't turn my story to a sad story. It's a feel-good story. Thank you.
All right, my story is on mental health, and it borders on the fact that the WHO says that COVID-19 pandemic triggered 25% increase in prevalence of anxiety and depression, and In the first year of the COVID-19 pandemic, the global prevalence of anxiety and depression increased by a massive 25%, according to the scientific brief released by WHO. And this has affected most summaries. And it says that the effect of the pandemic on availability of mental health services and how this has changed the society during the pandemic, and concerns are on the potential increases in mental health conditions, and which has already prompted about 90% of countries studying and surveying to include mental health and other practices that has to do with mental health studies, psychosocial psychosocial support in COVID-19 response. So I think this is crucial, basically, because we have more than enough on our plate, having to deal with the social economic problems we have in Nigeria. Now, adding COVID-19 to it, it has also escalated the mental health space. And it's crucial that we actually take it into consideration and study it. Not only has this happened in Nigeria, it is global.
It's a global thing, yeah.
It's a global thing. So yes, I am for mental health. You saw the story I actually shared on someone who actually committed suicide in the case in terms of
who was
an advocate for mental health issues as well.
If we're advocating and taking mental health, or trying to take mental health serious in Nigeria, what happens to the places that we're supposed to go to get help, and how are those places welcoming those who need this help? I know you know where I'm going to. The story of the man who, according to him, saved up to be able to take his mother
to a psychiatric hospital.
And he got there, and I know most people have seen that viral video, and I haven't seen a follow-up.
There's a follow-up story. She's been found.
Awesome.
Yes, she's been
found.
But
that shouldn't have happened in the first place, right?
Yes.
If he did not raise an alarm on social media,
maybe
he probably wouldn't have gotten help. So we shouldn't have to resort to comment to social media, talk about things like this, and you of course see people in that comments not even understand the situation and saying, talking about his hair, stereotyping him, someone who was in pain
and was crying.
This mental health issue is a deep conversation, because a lot of people say things that they don't even understand the impact it has on the next person. They just pick up their phone and comment, and they tell it's not just a comment on social media, but what just your comments
can make
is
someone
doing
commit
to the next
suicide.
person.
Absolutely.
Is what we need to begin to break down for people to understand the impact they have. You don't need to be a celebrity or an influencer, or even have up to 1,000 followers to have an impact on the next person on social media. So I'm hoping that we can have like a segment.
And the funny thing about comments on social media, isn't it funny that you might have 10 good comments, it is the bad comment your eye falls to straight.
That's just what we are as humans. It's psychology. Right?
So let me take my story. I don't know, it's a mixed feeling for me. Well, I'm happy that this is already happening, because we've been shouting it for too long. The Russian-Ukraine war, Buhari approves about $8.5 million for evacuation of Nigerians. This was said, the Federal Executive Council today in Abuja said that 8.5 million had been approved. This is about 3.5 billion plus, 3.5 plus billion to facilitate the immediate evacuation of 5,000 Nigerian students from Ukraine, Poland, Romania, Hungary, and Slovakia. The Minister for State for Foreign Affairs of Nigeria, Zubairu Dada, disclosed this at the State House correspondents shortly after the Federal Executive Council meeting presided over by the Vice President Yemi Oshibanjo at the council members of the presidential villa. He said, alongside with the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, the Disaster Management and Social Development, Sadia Farouk, that this approval followed a joint memo that was presented by both the ministry at the council meeting. Now, according to him, the federal government has contracted Air Peace, Max Air Airlines to avail 3 aircraft to facilitate this evacuation. Now, he said the evacuees or the people that will be evacuated include
Yeah.
940 from evacuees. Thank you, my English mistress. Now they would include 940 from Romania, 150 from Slovakia, 350 from Poland, and who have registered to leave. This is not even up to the 5,000.
Yeah.
So on the amount approved, that I explained that the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs wrote a memo to the President seeking funding to enable us to conduct this exercise, and this memo was to the tune of 8.5 million, which has generously been approved. How generous? You know, has been approved, and the provision entails an arrangement to evacuate not less than 5,000. So it's an on-and-on conversation. Two things
awesome
that stood out for me. While I commend the president that it's happening, it's never late to start to make the right decision.
Yes.
Two things stood out for me. What would have been, because we are complaining that we're having economic hardship, right, with all the overhead and the bloated and how we're borrowing money to pay salaries. What would have been the cost if this evacuation had happened before, way earlier than this?
Precisely.
Because we see, today I saw Chris Clown, I think on Instagram, he was doing a live video with someone in Ukraine and how they are begging that please come and get us out and all of that. So, India celebrated, we saw the aircraft when the minister in India welcomed the people from Ukraine. Ghana also have received some of their students as well from Ukraine and all of that. So it's just almost like
just Nigeria that's
beginning the process. So so it's actually very mixed feeling for me. And when I hear 3.5 billion naira, right, I'm just thinking in my head, who is going to audit this? Because you cannot take away the big elephant in the room, that there are elections right around the corner.
Absolutely.
And every opportunity to raise money for the elections is what is happening. So they will use anything, just bring anything out, because if not, why did you have to wait till now, to go and evacuate those people? Some other countries had been doing it a month before now, 2 months before now, they've been evacuating, and it would have been way cheaper to do that. It would have been way cheaper for us. But you know what? I'm happy that the students, by God's grace, will be returned back safely home. When I watched the 17-year-old girl, it broke me. Like, I'm just thinking, my son is going to be 16 this year. So I'm just imagining him in that traumatic state. I can't even think it. So I'm happy that they are going there, but I'm just saying that Nigerian government, please, let's also be guarded, with a lot of things. Honestly, it shouldn't have gotten to where it is today. But we will take what we've got. All right, so on that note, we'll take a break. When we come back, we want to discuss PCOS, right? And we have our guest with us. Stay with us. We'll be right back.